there? Can you imagine what the world will be today without any form of creativity at all? Think about it. My name is Elizabeth Aigbe, and you are welcome to Behind the Brand. Stay with me, I'll be right back. You're welcome back to Behind the Brand. I like to believe that the world as it is today has reached and gotten to where it is now as a result of creativity. Now there's creativity in every form of life, in every field and every profession in this world. There's creativity in the form of technology, science, media, any profession, any field at all you can think of. Somebody has to constantly, maybe not just somebody, some people have to constantly think and come up with ideas, come up with different things that makes a difference, a little tweak in something, a little change in something that just upgrades it and puts it on another level entirely. We have somebody in the house today. His name is Art by Femi. He's going to be talking to us today about creativity in form of art and everything about his work. Stay tuned, guys.
My name is Gona Oluwafemi Owankuno, and I'm known by most of my friends as Art by Femi. I'm single, a young fellow, agile, strong, and currently a 400 level student of University of Lagos, and had my ordinary natural diploma at Lagos State Polytechnic. How it all started for me as growing up as a kid, I would always want to draw, pick images and try to create a replica of them. And as time went by, I would just ensure that, okay, I pick up comic books, draw them, and just to create something nice. Okay, I gained admission into Lagos State Polytechnic and to study quantity surveying. And there's a department called Creative Arts. It's not so far-fetched from my department. So at times I would just find myself walk through the department just to see their work, sculpture and all that. And I would not even picture myself getting to do any of those things. But along the line, my colleagues, when we are doing things that have to do with pencil works and drawing, they'll be like, Femi or Guy, now creative art is supposed there, and I would just laugh it off. So I just finished my degree then I went ahead, did direct entry to University of Lagos, where I'm also studying quantity surveying. And there's this roommate of mine, he draws quite a lot. And his name is Michael. So I'll just at times watch him how he does these things, and I'll be like, dude, how come you draw these things and you make it look easy? Because I had stopped my own skill at some point, I didn't work on it. And it would be like, they are not complex. I had some tutorials I could just work on and probably it would help out at some point. Okay, I felt like, oh, that's cool. I got the needed material, then I started drawing. And then there's a period where we were on strike and, sorry. Then that period just made me had time to work on myself more. So those periods I worked on myself, I would draw, show it to him, and he would assess it and be like, okay, this is where you're getting it wrong, this is where you're getting it right. So today, it's all a story. Process for me, what it takes, apparently the first thing I do myself is to ensure my materials are on ground, like the things I want to work on, either the canvas I'm painting on or the paper I'm working on. It's just to ensure that, okay, these things are readily available. And after that, the next thing is to ensure that I am in the right mood to work on these things. It's not like I switch mood when I want to paint or draw. I can always do that anytime, but then I just have to ensure that, okay, I don't have other clashing things to or trade the fact that I want to paint. So if all of those things, if I'm in my right state of mind to work and I've gotten my materials ready, then I'm good to go. I'm not restricted to just one medium because there are various mediums to exploring in art. Okay, there's the, you see some people that draw with pencil, they are pencil artists, they are ball pen artists, like those that draw with their biro or pen, and there are painters, and there are also scribble artists, there are, what else again, there are people that draw on walls, there are mural artists, and there are graffiti artists, those that use this spray can to do all of these things, and there are people that even paint with sand. There are various ideas, various ways. You see some people create something, there are sculptures, some people carve wood just to explore in art. There are various ways, various mediums of art. Well, my own perspective to life is guided by probably how I just see things around me, my environment and my immediate surrounding, how things happen. Today it could be probably the good things around me, like, oh fine, the environment which I find myself is quite, the things I see around me are so fascinating and interesting. Okay, I might just probably want to do something in relation to that, or at some point it might probably be what's going on generally, like, oh, probably the news or something, it's probably just breaking out. And at the same time, I might just want to tell a story just with art in that same manner, just to pass a message across that, oh, this is what's happening around me. Okay, there's a portrait, oh sorry, there's a particular project I'm working on. I've not even completed it, but it's near completion. And it's titled My Hood, probably where I grew up from. And the art itself, the medium is with pen, so it's just more of telling a story of where I grew up from, what happens in my hood and how it has been, the survival. So tomorrow it might be something else, or probably, okay, that's just how I find my own. How I get inspiration, sometimes, well, majority of my inspirations, at times I'm always online. I'll just probably just go through some things, see some stories, see some images, and I'll be like, oh wow, this is quite okay. I just want to work on this thing and tell my own story about it. Just want to share my own view of how I see this particular thing, just to see from a different angle where others are seeing it from. And to some people, the way they get their inspiration, probably from reading books and all that, but I've not gotten to that point where I have to read books to get inspiration. I might just see just some visual things, oh, some experience at some point to that, oh, things I've experienced. I might just want to tell a story through art in that other medium. Well, for me, the role technology is playing, that one is for technology, but the way art is playing, trying to infuse in technology. There are ways, like modern cities now, there are ways in which they tend to beautify their own city. They believe that, okay, art probably takes some shapes in the economy. Like, some cities don't just want to see their city walls barren, like so blank, and they would probably call some city artists, some city graffiti artists to, okay, this thing, let's just not make it look like the regular thing people would see. Let's create something out of these things. There are people that have worked on cars, new cars, paint around them, like you would not see it as a normal conventional car. There are people that would see some irregularity in an object, and instead of you making people see that, okay, this is what is here, they'll paint over it, and what it meant to be this would depict something else. So creativity at times correct the wrong in some. The playing images, there's silhouette painting, there's 3D images, there's hyperrealism. So the plain images are just images that are solid colors, like they don't have any other color, probably it's just red you are using all through black, so you just see them, they don't really have so many mediums, so many style included. But for those that do silhouette painting, you see silhouettes such that they are images that they don't show a real image of somebody. You can tell that, okay, this is a person, but then you can only see that this person shadow is, you just see a blank image, but then it's telling a picture of somebody, maybe a man or a young girl, but it's a solid color, a black image, probably the shadow that is reflecting for you to know that this, and it might just be of two colors or thereabout, the person and another background color. And for the 3D painting, that one looks more of a carved image. It has a surface, like you can run your hand through the image, the surface or the object, and you will not really see it to be plain. It has some feel of rough, that's 3D. And for the hyperrealism, you made mention of, the hyperrealism aspect is you making a replica of an image or an object, and it looks so real, like, okay, you just want to lay hands on this thing, but when you get close to that image, it's just a plain wall, but it's giving you a notion that, oh, this thing is so real. You might just draw someone standing and you are seeing the person. To you, it's more like this is somebody standing, but on getting there, you are seeing a different image that, oh, this is a drawing. That is why hyperrealism. It's just more of a photo art. You taking picture of somebody and not being able to depict that, and is this a drawing or a real life image? I think I've done silhouette, I've done the plane, I've done hyperrealism. But the hyperrealism, to some extent, to you, what might seem hyperrealistic might not be as seen to that in my own end. So some people might see my own kind of hyperrealism as something that does not even need hyperrealism. But to me, to some extent, I've explored hyperrealism, and people had even made mention that, this thing looks so real. So it's from there you begin to get that, oh, this is hyperrealism. And I've done some street art, some graffiti, I've done silhouette painting, plane shape images, and for the 3D aspect, I'm still a work in progress on that lane. So this is a painting I just did now, and it's more of a quick one. It's a painting that's showing nature alongside animals infused in it. So to achieve this didn't really take more of a time because of the approach in which I used. I started off with the background, then after the background, then I had to do the other features with the black color just to highlight them. And for the background, I used a white color for the middle aspect, this sunset. Then from the white, I graduated, I built my color outside the old design. And then after this white, I used this yellow, a very loud color of yellow. Then I dulled the yellow a bit to achieve this other dulled part before moving on to the red part of the background. And after that is set, then I begin to infuse the features in these images with the black color just to highlight them. Then I drew the tree with the black. This, as you can see, this is the tree. Then from the tree, these are the grasses indicated with black colors. And after these grasses, you have the animals, like this is indicating two giraffes. Then you have the birds in the sky with this simple symbols just to indicate the birds in the sky. Then from that's just the whole thing, how I achieved that, and my signature of Femi and the date itself. So this whole process didn't really take more of a time. It's just a very fast one, and the painting itself won't take long for it to dry because of the medium in which I've used, acrylic on canvas. So in an hour or less, the painting is set for ready. Then you apply varnish. The varnish makes it look glossy and look so realistic. So when it's dry, that is when that can come in play. And the size of the painting itself is not so big of a paint. It's just 18 by 24 inches. So here you go, you have a painting set already. And it depends on the duration it will take me to do the assignment. If it's assignment that will take more of my time, like more of me being there to do, I can always just channel time that, okay, let me do this assignment for this particular period of time. And one thing putting in mind, it's best to draw when using the daylight factor, and if I turn on the daylight factor, I need more of illumination to see details of what I'm working on. So if I'm not drawing during the day, then if I'm drawing at night, it has to be well illuminated. Sorry. So that's that for the assignment part. And if Momsy just want me to do some other chores, and work on some other things, I'll just ensure that, okay, fine, I'll probably give her time, let her own chores probably chill for a moment. I finish up what I'm doing, or I do her own first, then fall back to mine. Okay, this particular art is titled Sail Through. And the reason why I'm giving it Sail Through is just to depict the fact that there are challenges in life and there are issues, bordering issues. So for the ability for an individual to still triumph amidst all of these challenges, so I think Sail Through is best for this. And the size is 25 by 30 inches for this one. And it's more of a black and white image process. So for this particular one, this art itself it's conceptual in nature, such that and the perspective art too. So to somebody seeing this particular art, someone is seeing just a tree and a fox, and to some other person is seeing a bird and a tree leaning on the branch of a tree. And this is more of a rock too to someone else. But combining these features together, it depicts a lady more like, okay, if you're seeing this from a farther angle, this is the hair of the lady, the leg of, or probably the hand of this fox is the eye to this person, and this other bird too, the eye of the bird serves as another eye to this person, and this serves as more like the neck, and this like the back of it. So this is more like a conceptual art or a perspective art, so to say. And the size also for this one too is same as the other one, 25 by 30 inches, and it's a canvas, to painting on a canvas. And for this one, this is titled Dance in the Rain. This is a painting of a young man and a lady with the umbrella, and amidst a walkway. This is like the trees around the axis. This is the street light just by the roadside, and it's more like a rainy day, so the couples are just out there dancing and having fun. And this size is 18 by 24 inches for this particular one. This is a pen art. This is a pen drawing, and it is called scribble. Scribble is more like not a direct shading technique. You just draw in rounds and shape. And it is titled Life in Hostel. This is a drawing that depicts how students live their lives in hostel, like just trying to survive, not minding what's the whole circumstance. They just want to be together, go through the hard time and the good times together in hostel, just to finish well, and that's the whole aim. So this is titled Life in Hostel. It's a ball pen art on a paper. It's drawn on a paper. So, and the size is 16 by 20 inches. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Art by Femi. It is spelled ARTBYPHEMMY. And offline, you can also reach me via my Gmail and my mobile number. The Gmail is still at artbyfemi, ARTBYPHEMMY @gmail.com.
Artwork is cool because most especially I love those paintings because some talks about reality, like the real aspect of the world generally, and like I love the fact that it transfers meaning, like it gives meaning to life itself.
Okay, everybody, there we have it. Art by Femi has blessed our eyes today with this wonderful work of art. By nature, from nature, through nature, with nature. I don't know, anything you want to call it, but it was beautiful. It was just really, really beautiful, guys. Like, I am in awe of how we just did the drawing, and it just depicted sundown. And see the way it started, it was looking so simple and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. It's just beautiful. Please, it is awesome. Okay, guys, that's the end of today's show. Join us again next time on Behind the Brand as we take you on another adventure. You know, my name is Elizabeth Aigbe, as you already know. Bye-bye.